This is an old Lord of the Ring book I found in a second-hand store. The objectives: repair the damage, make a new cover, and turn it into something worthy of a wizard's library. Now, I don't have proficiency in bookbinding, so I went ahead and printed out a toolkit and brewed a batch of wheat paste, which is a common compound in bookbinding. All of this should grant me an advantage in all bookbinding roles.
Those of you with high perception modifiers might notice that this is not the first one in the series. Well, it turns out that one is really hard to find in a second-hand store. I wonder what people do with those. Anyway, I really wanted to try rebinding, so I started with what I have.
Fortunately, the damage to the book is minor and could easily be repaired. The problem is, I want the mending to be as invisible as I can make it. Now, according to professional bookbinders, Japanese tissue paper is the way to go. But I don't have Japanese tissue paper in my region, and even if I did, I wouldn't be able to afford it. So I went on a little side quest to look for a replacement, and this is what I found. And it actually looks like it's exactly what I was looking for. Fusible Miracle Web. Don't you just love it when you buy something and it turns out to be a magical item?
My ADHD gives me disadvantage in all intelligence checks, so I just went for it without even testing it first on something else. Luckily, it turned out really good. After a long rest, my book was back in full HP. I glued on my end pages and a bandage its spine.
Finally, it's time to craft a new cover. Now, at first, I was planning to use this used leather bag I found at a second-hand store, but unfortunately, used leather comes with a significant penalty to embossing check. And then I remembered, in my last project, I did do embossing on EVA. But can I make EVA look like leather? I don't know, but it's worth checking.
I'll admit I wasn't expecting much from this experiment, but after applying a mixture of burnt umber and linseed oil, I left the sample to cure overnight. To my surprise, the result was pretty impressive. Now, if you examine it closely, you'll probably notice that this isn't real leather, but from a distance, it's surprisingly convincing. To make the cover, I cut out some plywood and measured the EVA sheet. For the ridges, I used my shoelace, hoping that would be a good excuse not to go outside for a while. I glued the covers first, and only then I glued the spine so I could easily flip it and apply pressure on the ridges. After a thick layer of paint, which took 2 whole days to dry out, according to the ancient and highly respected traditions of bookbinding, the artifact must now undergo the ritual of excessive decoration. First, by impressing Tolkien's sigil into the spine, then by using a rune plate to press the title into the surface of the item. The newly formed grooves were then filled with gold. Okay, it's not gold, it's bronze, but I can't tell the difference, and this is what I have. Then I applied clear gloss varnish. This grants the lettering resistant to minor damage and advantage to all future beauty checks. Finally, it was time to bind the heart of the artifact to its new vessel. With careful alignment and a generous offering of adhesive to the crafting gods, I joined the pages to the cover. As I was painting the corner pieces, I came to a troubling realization. The ritual of excessive decoration had not, in fact, been excessive enough. Clearly, additional embellishments were required. After a brief search through the internet realm, I found a model of the White Tree of Gondor. I pressed it into the cover and painted it silver. Satisfied that I had added every decoration I could possibly justify, I completed the final details and glued the corner pieces into place.